You see them gathered in a dimly lit room, huddled close, their faces illuminated by a single, low-hanging lamp. It looks like a portrait of camaraderie. She, your partner, is at the center. Her friends lean in, their expressions a perfect blend of sympathy and concern. You believe you are witnessing support. You are mistaken. This is not a council of support. This is an intelligence briefing. Every word she speaks, every sigh, every tear she theatrically sheds is data. Data about you. And her friends are the most diligent agents, recording every bite. It begins subtly. You confide in her about a minor insecurity, a childhood fear, a moment of weakness. You share this in the quiet sanctity of your shared space, believing it is safe. The next day she meets her friends. That fragile secret you gifted her, it is no longer a symbol of trust. It is now Exhibit A. You don't notice at first. You just feel a shift. A slight chill in the air when one of her friends, Sarah, makes a joke. A joke that lands a little too close to that secret fear. You dismiss it. A coincidence. A misunderstanding. Your partner reassures you, oh, Sarah's just like that. She means no harm. Her hand on your arm feels less like a comfort and more like a restraint, but the coincidences multiply. Another friend, Jessica, offers you helpful advice that directly targets a professional anxiety you only ever discussed with your partner. The walls feel like they're closing in. The air grows thin. You start to second-guess every conversation, censoring yourself before you even speak. Your home is no longer a sanctuary. It's an interrogation room with deceptively comfortable furniture. This is not random. This is a psychological strategy. It's called triangulation, a manipulative tactic where a third party is used to reinforce the manipulator's control over their primary target. Her friends are not neutral parties. They are flying monkeys, a term derived from the Wizard of Oz. They are enablers, extensions of the narcissist's will, sent to do the dirty work. Their mission is twofold. First, information gathering. They are deployed to listen, to probe, to ask innocent questions. How are things really going with you two? He seems a bit stressed lately. Is everything okay? Every answer you give, every piece of body language you exhibit is collected, collated, and reported back to headquarters. Your partner. The second part of their mission is narrative control. They reinforce your partner's version of reality. If you complain that she was unfair, they will say, she's just under a lot of pressure. You should be more understanding. They create a social echo chamber where your feelings are invalidated and her actions are justified. You start to believe you are the problem, that you are too sensitive, too demanding, too crazy. Let's consider a case. Mark and Amelia. Mark was a creative, a painter. Amelia was his charismatic muse, and she came with a tight-knit group of friends. The trio. Mark confided in Amelia that he feared his art was becoming stale. A classic artist's anxiety. He needed her support. Instead of support, he got a coordinated campaign. At a dinner party, one of the trio asked him, "So Mark, still sticking to the same old style?" Brave. Another friend later advised him, "You know, there are some great evening classes for hobbyists. It might help you break out of your rut." The word hobbyist was a poisoned dart. Amelia watched it all, a mask of neutrality on her face. When Mark confronted her, she feigned innocence. "They're just trying to help, honey. Why are you so defensive?" Mark stopped painting. The joy was gone, replaced by a gnawing self-doubt. The agents had succeeded. They hadn't destroyed him with a single blow, but with 1,000 tiny, paper-thin cuts. This is the true purpose of these covert agents. It's not about friendship. It is about erosion. They are there to slowly, methodically dismantle your confidence, your reality, and your spirit. They provide your partner with plausible deniability. "I never said that," she can claim, and she'd be right. Her friend said it. She just supplied the ammunition. The transformation happens in a flash, a moment of accidental clarity. You overhear a phone call. You see a text message not meant for your eyes, and in that moment, the entire artifice collapses. The carefully constructed stage play is revealed for what it is. The supportive friends are not actors who have forgotten their lines. They are soldiers following orders. You see their sympathetic smiles for what they are, the bared teeth of predators. Their concerned questions are not inquiries, they are interrogations. Their advice is not guidance, it is poison. The pain of this realization is immense. It is a betrayal on a scale you couldn't have imagined. You weren't just fighting a battle with your partner, you were fighting a war against a coordinated army. But with this pain comes a terrible, liberating clarity. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. You are a target. And knowing you are a target is the first step to escaping the kill zone. So what do? You don't confront them. You don't scream or rage. That's what they want. They want a dramatic scene they can use as evidence of your instability. No. You enact the grey rock method. You become as boring and unresponsive as a grey rock. Your life, your feelings, your thoughts, they become a closed book. The information well runs dry. To their probing questions, you give short, uninteresting answers. How was your day? Fine. What are you working on? Nothing much. You give them nothing to report, no ammunition to stockpile. This is not about being passive, it is an active strategy of self-preservation. You are cutting off their supply lines. An army without intelligence is just a mob, and a mob without a target will eventually turn on itself. Look around you. Listen not to the words of support, but to the echoes that follow. Does your vulnerability become a public joke? Does friendly advice always feel like a thinly veiled criticism? True friendship is a fortress, built to protect you. This counterfeit version is a listening post, built to gather data for your destruction. It is a weapon disguised as a sanctuary. Recognize the architecture of your relationships. See the agents for who they are, and then quietly, without fanfare, walk out of their theater of war and build your own peace.